Tanisha, we're back.
All right. Hey, LJ. We're going to start with you down.
Hey, Lebron, if we could start with a hoops question tonight. You and AD combined for almost 80 points on 75% from the field. Just wondering how you guys have clicked so quickly to this level, starting early in the season, and what's the key on the offensive side of the floor for you and AD and the balance that you guys have found?
Well, as two of the leaders of the team, we just try to do whatever it takes, both offensively and defensively, to help our team win on every given night. And we know we're going to get the majority of the looks, but at the same time, we just want to be efficient with our looks. We don't want to take bad shots. We want to get great shots. And I think tonight was one of those instances where we didn't settle much. When we had our shot, we took it. We had our drives, we took it. We got to the free throw line. Him a little bit more than myself, but I'm just being very efficient, being very conscientious of how we play ball and playing Laker basketball. And that's been from the beginning, as you mentioned, and our chemistry both on the floor and off the floor has just grown over the course of time.
And LeBron, moving off the court, of course, you saw the news about the Lakers and opening Staples Center for voting. You have your More Than a Vote cause that you've been very active with. How have all those things come to mean something in terms of action, which seems like that was what you were looking for when the league missed the games, the hiatus, whatever you want to call it, the last couple of days?
It means everything. It means everything. And to know that Staples Center is going to be a polling site for voting is unbelievable, and it's something that we need. It's something that we not only need in Los Angeles, but in a lot of our NBA cities. Trying to get all 30 franchises and all 30 NBA arenas to open up, but at the same time, even with the Laker relationship with the Dodgers, we get Dodger Stadium as well, and we're going to have some other arenas and stadiums, and hopefully before November. So kudos to Staples Center, kudos to the Lakers organization, and I'm just proud to be a part of it.
Okay, we'll take a couple here. Taylor?
Hey, Ron, so obviously you guys win this series, you're going to the second round, but you still don't know who you're going to play. So walk me through your preparation. Like, what do you do tonight? What do you do tomorrow to get ready?
I won't get ready for the next round until I think Game 6 of that round is on Monday, correct? Tonight I'll decompress. I'll get away from the game. Tomorrow as well, but I'll watch the games. And then, on Monday, you'll watch the game, see what happens. If Houston goes on to win, then I'll begin to lock in on my next opponent. If OKC goes to win, then it gives me a few more hours to kind of, stay away from it as well. So, just kind of waiting to see what happens with the series. At the same time, I'm gonna watch the rest of the games. The rest of the playoffs have been very good, but for me personally, I won't lock back in until I know exactly where we're going to play.
Tanya Ganguli?
On Thursday, the tagline of events, I think, was that you guys, as a group, decided that you wanted to continue playing, and then talked to the owners later that day. And I'm wondering, what gave you the confidence, first of all, that the owners would give you guys what you wanted, that would make you feel comfortable going back to play? And then also, are you prepared to take some kind of action if they don't stick to their word, if they don't do what they've promised they'll do?
Well, for me personally, having a plan is one, and then having action, and going through with that, and the to be able to sit with a call with our owners, and for them to hear how important some of these initiatives are. They took it very seriously. They were very candid. We were very candid on what we believe continues to move the needle in our respective cities, in our communities, and how important this moment is. So all you can do is give me and give us your word, and I'm gonna hold that with the utmost respect. And if the word that you've given me is not fulfilled, then we'll tackle that moment. I don't think that.
Okay, Joe Barton? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
You just said what you said to Tanya, and then I listened to your interview immediately on the court there with Jared, and you're talking a lot about having a plan. We know that when Milwaukee decided not to come out of the locker room, they actually didn't have one. How frustrating or upsetting was that to you in the moment that it took place that way without having a plan for kind of like an end game?
Wasn't upset at all. Obviously, Milwaukee did what they did, and as a brotherhood, we call this a brotherhood. We still have solidarity with them. And they, we knew what they were doing it for. With the recent events that happened in Wisconsin, which is home for them, there was just no knowledge of when they were going to do it or if they were going to do it. Obviously, they didn't know. They didn't know. They said it took them forever to kind of figure it out and say that they weren't going to go out there. So I'm not here to judge or categorize what Milwaukee did, but I said we all stood with them from OKC to Houston to our game, obviously that didn't play, and then from that point on, my mind began to figure out what is the plan going forward. And if we don't have a plan, then what are we talking about? Why are we still here? And that's where my mind went to. And at one point there was no plan of going forward. There was no plan of action. And I'm not me personally, I'm not that type of guy. I'm not a guy who one doesn't have a plan and then is not ready to act on it as far as actions. So we had a couple of days to kind of figure it out.
Just to be clear, when you went to sleep on Wednesday, to take your pregame nap, you were planning on coming to the arena and playing, and you were not thinking of leaving the playoffs or leaving the bubble or anything like that.
Because of what Milwaukee did?
No, because they haven't done it yet. You know what I mean?
I think I've had numerous nights and days of leaving the bubble. I think everyone has, including you guys. Well, I'm just saying, I don't think it's not one person that has not had a mind that says, "Oh, I got to get the hell out of here." But it's not because of what transpired. But yeah, it probably crossed my mind probably once a day, for sure.
Okay, Kyle Boone.
LeBron, I actually want to follow up on that because some people have talked about just maybe being in here, maybe stoking some frustrations and maybe feelings of helplessness that, we know you were feeling after the last time we talked to you, whenever that was forever ago. Do you feel like that contributed this moment that you guys had and maybe needed to kind of collect and reset?
We came down here for a mission, and it was, yes, basketball was the vehicle, but we had a mission, and we wanted to continue that. And we believe, that mission was kind of lost in translation, especially once the playoffs started. We were playing every other day, but it was a game on every single day. And from a fan's perspective, and from a basketball, junkie, it's the best thing that you can ever ask for. It's basketball games over and over and over and over and over. When you're trying to create change, you can't lose sight of what the main thing is and why we came down here. And yes, we've been using our voice. And yes, we've been using our platform and trying to create change, but there's an opportunity to actually come out sometimes, just take a deep breath. And that was the moment. And that was the moment. And we all, from a whole league, not only the players, the coaches, the owners, you guys, everyone had an opportunity just to exhale and say, what are we really doing? What are we really trying to create change and have action in that? So, that gave us opportunity.
Gary?
When you're with the other guys and they look up to you, you're kind of the godfather in some of these guys' eyes. What kind of role do you take in leadership? Do you just say whatever's on your mind and you do a lot of talking? Do you pick your moments? Because some of the young guys are looking at you and going, I'm going to do what LeBron might suggest.
I pick my moments. I pick my battles. And I kind of listen and see what's going on and things of that nature. Then I voice, my opinion and what I believe is the best. You got to understand that, for me personally, it's not just about me when it comes to this league. It's about the other 300 plus guys that I got to look out for as well. The same way that the OGs and the vets looked out for guys like myself and D-Wade and Melo and Bosh and all of us came into the league and so on and so on. So You know, you understand that because this league will continue to go on well after you, and for me, I just want to leave her in a better place as much as I can when I'm done, and I'm going to games and seeing the younger guys who were young at that point in time, and now they're vets, and seeing if they're able to, you know, take some of the leadership that I was able to create both on the floor and off the floor, and being able to have a voice and being able to use that voice for better change and things of that nature, and for the better good, and be able to take that down to the next generation. So that's always in my mind.
LeBron, it's Dave. I want to stay on that same subject. We were overseas and you were in a hotel ballroom with two teams and trying to build a consensus about a plan moving forward back at the beginning of the season. And now a couple days ago, you're in a hotel with 13 teams. And what are you leaning on in those moments? And what is the push and pull of obviously acknowledging the brotherhood that you have, but trying to get everyone's agenda on the same page?
I lean on my advisory team. I won't name all of them, but I have phone calls and text messages, and emails, and I have a team. I have a team that I truly respect and truly go to when there's a call of action, and we all just kind of bounce ideas off one another. They kind of tell me what they believe, and then but they always, at the end of the day, always say, "But ultimately, it's going to be up to you to make the final decision on what you believe." I just go from there. So just being very candid and very truthful, and also knowledgeable about what's going on and understanding how important the moment is. So I don't come from a mind that's not up to speed on what's going on, or someone that's speaking just to be talking. I come from a plan of action, and then whatever else I think it kind of takes care of itself. So that's what it is.
Dylan?
Hi, LeBron. We've obviously heard you talk very passionately about things after games, and I'm just kind of right. And obviously, we know all the things you're involved in off the court. Just kind of wondering, how do you not? Yet your performance hasn't been affected by that negatively at all. And I'm just kind of wondering, how do you kind of compartmentalize those things? And also, just kind of a second part to the question. I know obviously that you want to win regardless, but being here, do you feel any additional responsibility to continue to advance and stay in this bubble? Because you are the face of the league, you are the voice of the league, and I think that the longer you're here, the more these issues will get attention.
Well, common sense is common sense, and when you know that we as a league, we as players are stronger together, separate. You can very easily understand that, and when you're able to, like I said, have a plan and put it into action, execute it, the way we did with the initiatives that we was able to come together with the owners, that also helps. Like I said, it's not just about me, but it's about every other player in this league, and how we continue to shed light on things that's just going on in our community, things that's going on around America, things that are going on around the world, and being able to have this platform, which is the NBA's platform, and we're together. Every single day we get to talk to you guys and continue to bring awareness to situations that we either don't agree or agree with, things that we can get better with in society, and continue to spread love and not hate. And a lot of people don't have individual platforms, when they go home, and a lot of people get muted when they go home, unfortunately, but when we're here on this stage, I think it's just no way you can do that, because we're, as the Golden State Warriors said for years and years and years, there is strength in numbers, and that's what is the case here.
Allie?
Yep, just a couple more here. Chris Maddox.
LeBron, there was some reporting about the involvement of President Obama in these discussions. Did you engage with him on all this, and how influential was anything he said?
President Obama is a great man. He's a great man, and I wish he was still the president of the United States.
Mark Medina.
LeBron, you posted a few days ago the gesture that Colin Kaepernick did for you. What does that mean to you, given the moment that we're in?
I mean, it means a lot. Obviously, we know what CAP stand for and or kneel for during this time, and a lot of people turned their cheek, turned their face, and turned a lot of stuff against him because of what actually is the same that's going on now. And I just thank him and for him falling swore for the better of all of us as athletes at that point in time. And I've been always someone that kind of spoke about things that I don't agree with and things that I agree with, whatever the case may be. So he's another one of those athletes that will that's generational. That will people think back in history of like sports figures. They will not only talk about his performance on the field, but also how important he is, off the field. And that's one thing you always know about Muhammad Ali. People they call him the people's champ. I don't think anyone calls him the people's champ because of what he did in the ring.
Taylor Rooks.
Hey, Ron, so I asked Doc Rivers the same question, but years from now, when history is talking about these past couple days, what story do you want it to tell?
Obviously, only time will tell, but hopefully, the past couple of days is a change for the greater good in the future. And when you see change happen in the future, you can look back and say that was the moment when it happened, and that was a key moment when it happened. Obviously, the bubble season would never be forgotten when it comes to sports. This is the first time we've been able to do something like this. But obviously, this moment is so much bigger than us playing basketball. So hopefully, the initiatives that we came together, that we partnered with, voting and the sites and the arenas and things of that nature. Hopefully, years on down the line, America is in a better place. That you can look back to this moment and be like, that was one of the catapults that kind of got it going.
Thanks, Taylor. And final last question, Ryan Hunt.
Yeah, it looked like a tribute to Chadwick Boseman out there before the game. This one really seems to be hurting a lot of people. We just don't know why that is, and kind of, in a tough year. I guess now we lost Kobe and Congressman Lewis. It seems like it's a very tough year for a lot of icons of the Black community.
Yeah, I mean, you just said it. It's we're already limited. We're already limited in the sense that given that type of power, that type of stage that he had, and especially in that industry, you don't see many Black male and female actors being able to put on that stage, and for him to be as transcendent as he was, and I had an opportunity to spend a couple evenings with him, a couple days with him, meet him and talk to him. You can tell that he was something that was just more than what we saw on the screen. But then you add on the fact that, growing up as a Black kid, you had superheroes that you looked up to, but they weren't Black. You had Batman, you had Superman, you had Spider-Man, and so on and so on. And for Ryan Coogler and for that cast, for him himself to be able to make Black Panther, that even though we knew it was like a fictional story, it actually felt real. It actually felt like we finally had our Black superhero and nobody can touch us. So and to lose that, it's sad in our community. It's sad in our community, and to lose the Black Panther and the Black Mamba in the same year, we can all agree that 2020 is the shittiest year that my 35 years. It's not even a question.
Thanks, Ron.
No.